Find out why you want to shoot the messenger on today's Statue Chat.
Now that's a bit of a problem.
See, rumor has it, most of us have turned you down.
And if those philosophers and boy lovers have found that kind of nerve, then...
Madman. You're a madman. Agreed. No man threatens a messenger.
Claim to work with us and deliver fake-ass statues that are broken and have the nerve to threaten us with no refunds? Lie to us like we're little boys? Do you know who you think you're talking to? We are men, statue collectors.
To me. This is madness.
Madness.
Hatred? This is real statue collectors!
What's up, Stat Collectors? It's your boy A Stats, and man, thanks for tuning in. Those of you who are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. This way, you guys are gonna know all about my up and coming content. So, Stat Collectors, today it's a little different, topic. I don't have any reviews for you guys today, but I just wanted to, have a conversation with the community because there was some concerns that I was having. You know, it just seems like nowadays, being in this hobby and basically having an opinion, it seems to rub others the wrong way. And there's nothing nefarious about this video. I just wanted to express my concern. So, I guess it was like, the other day, um, was invited, to a group and, had a great time with this group. And part of the conversations and the concerns of statue collectors like myself and yourself at home is that, when does companies take accountability, you know, and it just feels like in this hobby you have some influencers that just blatantly lie to your face. They come out, they say that, they love the hobby, they're the whatever collector and they love this, etc., etc., yada, yada, yada. But the truth is like, most of us know they're full of it. And the reason why I have to discuss it and why I say that, sometimes it's good to shoot the messenger, and I'll explain why. Because, you know, um, from time to time, as myself trying to grow this channel, I look at my demographics and I can honestly say to you, the age group for people who are actually tuning in into this channel is not 18 and 20-ish. I may have like a 3% following of a 20-year-old demographic. Uh, from the last time that I checked, my statistics on YouTube, and it might have grown. I haven't checked lately. I'll put up the statistics on this video so you guys can see that I'm not BSing you. And I understand why. A 20-year-old, probably in college, living at home with their parents, which is normal, wouldn't be too much influenced by purchasing, a high-end statue like we collect. And honestly, as a father, if I had a 20-year-old living in my home, purchasing high-end statue collectibles, you better be contributing to this mortgage that basically is providing a roof over your head. And I just think that some people just blatantly like to lie, and they like to come out like they're just so in tune with this community. But what I'm learning ever since that I put out a channel, it's just people that are just in it for the money, and I'm just going to blatantly say it. So now I'm not against capitalism. I'm not. If you know me on a personal level, I often talk about how capitalism has no soul. And what is good marketing? Do you want to influence people where people come back to you and they trust you, or do you want to influence people just to grab their money? I've heard, why you shouldn't shoot the messenger. But sometimes I think shooting the messenger is necessary, and I don't advocate violence on any level. This violence is something that we shouldn't advocate. You know, um, living in New York, we got some unfortunate news, and I think I was in a meeting when I heard this news because a certain individual felt a certain kind of way of unfair practices in some corporate corporations, and a heinous act was basically done, and unfortunately someone lost their life. And there's this whole how can I put it, some people are actively speaking about it. Some people are saying, this person is a hero. I mean, there's opinions flying all over the way. But what I really want to address, and I don't want to, digress, I want to get straight to the point, is when does, businesses take accountability for your hard-earned dollars, right? And I wanted to make a point because, being in this hobby, and sometimes I get comments, and some are just, we talk about constructive criticism, we talk about hatred, we talk about all the above, right? But you really know when somebody is being hateful towards you. But being in this hobby, if you are a real statue collector, I'm sure you've heard from friends and family members and other individuals who are not into this hobby, you dropping your hard-earned dollars on these statues and uh, characters that you love, that you're crazy or you're stupid. So when I hear about someone saying that if you don't like it, then go elsewhere, that sounds like a company getting ready to go out of business, in my opinion, right? So I just want to ask you an honest question. This is to everyone at home that really want to tune in and cares about, this hobby, and, can trust me that what I'm saying to you is my honest opinion and truth. So, and I'm going to test it out tonight. But I want you, right? Those of you who have good neighbors, right? Good friends. I want you to do two things, and I'm going to give you guys 5 seconds while I do this. I want you to go over to your neighbor's house if you guys have a great relationship. Knock on their door. Knock on their door, and I want you to ask them if they can give you $1,500 cash. I want you to ask your neighbor that. If you don't live in a proximity where you can walk across the street or go next door, and ask your neighbor for $1,500 cash to give you, it's not a loan, to give you $1,500, right? Out of good faith, and because you guys are neighbors, then call someone. I want you to call someone right now and ask them for $1,500 in cash. So now I'm going to call a relative of mine, right? And they have no idea that I'm about to make this phone call, and I'm going to ask them for $1,500. So just bear with me, and I'm going to put them on speaker. All right. And I hope you guys can hear this. I hope they pick up. Hey, what are you doing?
Hi.
Now I was calling you because I want to ask for a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me $1,500?
Give you $1,500?
Yeah,
I don't have $1,500.
but you got money in your bank account, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you just give me $1,500?
No.
Why not?
Well, I'm gonna just give it to you.
Not because I want to buy, how I do this YouTube channel, and I want to buy a statue, and it costs $1,500. I really don't have the money, so I'm just wondering if you could just give me $1,500.
Is that gonna be a loan?
No, it's not a loan.
No, I'm not gonna give you $1,500.
Well, why not?
Because I have to give you $1,500. How am I supposed to buy it? I saved up for it.
But you just can't give me $1,500.
No.
You serious?
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, I thought I'd just ask you.
Okay.
All right, later.
Okay.
That's my point. So if you want $1,500 or whatever amount of money you put out, right, for me to buy a statue that I love, and you're telling me that if I receive a statue that is damaged, I can't get my money back? So my thing is, there's I mean, one of my favorite characters in the DC universe is Batman. I love Batman, and I'm gonna tell you why I love Batman, because there was a book that I read a few years ago. It's called Batman and Psychology. It's by Travis Langley. if you guys ever get a chance, pick up this book if you are a diehard Batman fan, because what Travis does in this book, he basically goes into the psychology of Batman, and I mean, I'm telling you, it's just something, of the imagination, theoretically, his hypothesis of why Batman does what he does. But it's deep. I'm not gonna give it away, but I suggest, and I'm probably doing free promotion, but you guys should pick up that book to really understand, Batman and the psychology of how Batman really became who he is. And this is a guy, that was so traumatized by seeing his parents die in front of him, murdered in front of him, that to protect the innocent, he had to become something so, like, let's say, horrifying to the imagination, something that's going to inflict fear onto criminals that are just unscrupulous. And then recently, I was in Barnes and Noble, and I happened to come across this book, Batman Resurrection, and this is by John Jackson Miller, and this is basically based. I guess the premise of this book is based off after I guess Batman, the movie directed by Tim Burton, the death. What goes on after the death of the Joker. I just started this book, and it's just interesting. So um, you probably say, well, stats. Well, where are you going with this? What's your point, right? So my thing is, if you love a specific character and you understand the principles of this character and why people will spend their hard-earned dollars on a stone, a polystone, or something that you just don't need, and people are feeling frustrated by a certain company and saying that your customer service sucked, and knowingly people like you at home, you go out there, you work, inflation is high, people think you're crazy because you're buying something that basically that gives you happiness, that gives you joy, and you're frowned upon for it. And it happens to me all the time, like for the holidays, relatives come over, some people go into the den, they see my collection, and they just think I'm crazy because I just buy this stuff. But I understand why I buy this stuff, and I shouldn't have to basically, you know, I don't owe you any explanation on why I purchase something that I work hard for. So when a company says, you can go elsewhere, or why we can't refund you, or we're a small business, to me that's just bad business. And there's so many reasons why I can defend that, because um, a few videos back, when I got the LBS Hulk, and I gave you guys the aftermath of what happened with that statue. And as far as constructive criticism, I didn't come out and just basically shit on the company and just basically throw a tantrum. What I did, I saw the statue came a certain way defective, and I trusted this individual that runs this business, and I gave this individual a call, and he rectified the problem. Okay, so if you're a business and you don't want to take a liability for something that comes damaged or just produced poorly, then you shouldn't be in business at all. You shouldn't. Because when I called this gentleman, he was willing to, I guess, pay for it was a couple of options he gave me. He was going to pay for my car fare and tolls to take this statue to someone he knew that could basically fix the damage to the statue, or store credit, or refund. It's that simple. So now, to put Sideshow in the loop, being in this hobby for about, I would say 10 years, but it's going on probably 13 years now. Ever since I've purchased from Sideshow, um, even though they produce characters that some may not like, right? Their customer service has been superb. And I'm talking about, this is like 13 years back. Never had an issue with Sideshow. So whatever those people do for their business, it works. Because if I'm unsatisfied as your customer and you're producing statues that I love, I want to buy, I should have some say for it. Like, I don't work for your business. I'm the one that's basically buying for your business, and I want what I'm buying. So there's no excuse why you cannot, refund me. And then another company, XM Studios. So I really don't know what's going on with XM Studios right now. I mean, it's unfortunate. I can tell you with XM Studios, honestly, the statues that I have purchased from XM Studios have never came damaged. So their quality control was just superb. I'm not gonna get into the politics of why you should buy from this company and why you should buy. I'm buying what I want from with my hard-earned dollars that no one is willing to give me. So for you to call yourself a collector, I think you are a liar, and I'm just gonna say that to you. Um, what you should call yourself is a reviewer. You should. I think I would respect that more by you calling yourself a reviewer because that's what you are. You get statues, you review them, and you sell them, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't tell me you're a collector because you're not. you know. Um, and I try to stay neutral. I mean, I have a small channel, and I've said, in the past that the reason why I don't sell directly to the community is because when I have sold directly to the community, unfortunately, you have unscrupulous people that will contact you trying to get over, and I don't have the capability of meeting that demand. So I use other platforms to sell, not under HStats. So this way, if the liability came where someone received a statue from me, they won't go and slander my name and say I tried to rip them off. The insurance is there. So if I send you the statue, you're covered. And if anything comes damaged, the platform that I use, my insurance will cover anything that you're saying came damaged or missing. So usually what I do, I'll take a video, I'll take multiple pictures, I'll send those pictures to you, give you a video, and if you're satisfied with the video and the pictures that I've sent you, then I'll ship it out after I receive your money. Um, there was a gentleman that basically bought my sideshow Mythos statue from, and I was concerned because that was my first time really wanting to get rid of a statue very fast. And I used my platform to sell it because I wanted the quarter scale upcoming Mythos with the light up lightsaber. So I was really nervous, and when this gentleman contacted me, I think he was nervous too. I don't think he trusted me, and that's fine because I guess he was new to my channel and is a subscriber now. So after I took multiple videos, took multiple pictures, covered the shipping, gave him a discount, and once he saw the video photos, I think he had sent the payment before I even shipped it out. And then once I shipped it out, signature, of course, because sometimes you ship out a package and it goes missing. But I made sure it was required signature. He called me. He said, I really appreciate what you did. My wife was very happy with the shipment, and I made sure that everything that I sent him was close to what I could say near mint condition, like as if you bought a statue for the first time, you open it up and it just appeared new. Because as a collector, I know when you buy something that you either work hard for, saved up for, put on your credit card, whatever ways or means you use to pay for your purchase is really none of my business. But I know what it feels like. You're excited, you're either at work, at home, maybe you took the day off. I know some friends of mine who have actually took the day off to wait for their statue being delivered because they didn't want porch pirates running off with their packages. And yes, it does happen. And shout out to Sideshow because that happened with my Logan. I remember during COVID, they left the box on the porch and Porch Pirate got me. And Sideshow actually replaced it. That's why, they have my loyalty. So for you to say if you don't like this company, go elsewhere, and because I guess you're friends with this individual and actually ninja watch, certain streamers or YouTubers videos and can't even make a comment, you know, be a man, like make a comment at that point. Don't wait the next day and make a comment and say, well, look, uh, someone saw this or the nobody saw that shit in the Facebook group because honestly enough, we're too busy. Okay, I've done the statistics on these Facebook groups, right? Most of us are not using that platform. Some are like in their late 30s to 40s. We got important things to do. So just stop. I think, when these influencers You got to understand who your crowd is, because you're not talking to, children. You're talking to grown men who are just into grown men hobbies, right? People may laugh at this hobby and say, well, this is a childish a hobby. But understand this, most of us that are into this hobby, we're homeowners, we have prestigious jobs, we're doing our thing. But this is just a nerd hobby. So when did it become so political? When did it become so corporate? When did it become so like I have to give you my money and not say a thing, and not when I say something about unscrupulous business practices, I'm spreading hatred. So I want to talk about hatred. And so with hatred, you got to understand one thing. As a human being, none of us naturally hate. You actually have to do something to a human being to cause a hateful behavior. Now, individuals who are just, envious or just hateful, that's a mental disorder, right? But if I pay for something and I expect quality, I expect a certain service, and you deliver me something that's bullshit, that's going to make me not like you, right? And just because I speak about it does not mean I hate you as an individual. No, I could care less about you as an individual. I want my product. It's about the product. It's about what I paid for. So this is why I had to make this video, because, some, influencers or YouTubers or whatever the hell they do, they're in it for the money, and that's cool because usually when I do like a video and I tell you guys like there's links on the bottom. If you click on that link, you'll be helping support the channel, and that's exactly what you're doing. I had a great conversation with a YouTube influencer, and I love what this individual had to say, because it takes a lot of guts to come out here and express your love for the hobby and be honest about it. And I found a way how to support the channel, and it's by basically joining affiliate links. I've reached out to some companies. I've asked for prototypes, and to be honest, it's either yes or no, and that's fine. If you don't trust me to send me a prototype because I'm not big enough to promote your product, that's fine with me. I understand business and how it works. There was a company that I was supposed to do some business with, but then again, I kind of knew, things weren't going the right way, so it just didn't happen. But as much as I would have loved to promote it, this statue, because this is a genre that I grew up with, love, this cartoon series, it just didn't happen. But I'm not up here slandering this company, because at the end of the day, I don't owe them nothing, and they don't owe me anything. So I don't understand why this individual got on YouTube and blah 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 blah, when I've heard from multiple sources that this individual can be shady. And when you guys get to know me, trust me, or whatever, decide to follow me, like, subscribe, or whatever, you'll see that stats ain't about that life. Um, I want to be in this hobby for as long as I can. Truthfully, I really do. So going back to my point on why you should shoot the messenger is because, think about it, people. Christmas is only a few days from now. Maybe, I think from the time I filmed this video, I think we have maybe about 11, 10 days for Christmas. And Jesus came, and he was a messenger, and we crucified him. And guess what? He saved us all. So maybe you should shoot the messenger. So with that said, guys, keep your stats up, and I'll definitely check you guys in the next one.
Don't leave that smiling motherfucker, I'm telling you.
Thanks for watching, guys, but don't go anywhere. Make sure you check my other videos to the playlist to the right. Have a good day. Peace.